Somehow.
So let's start with the Ford versus Ferrari review, because Brian and I were able to see that on Thursday night. I will say this right now, hands down, best movie of the year.
Of the year.
Hands down, best movie of the year. It's there's no competition. No competition. Peanut Butter Falcon is second for me.
You love that
and
movie.
it's very
It's
close.
on Redbox now.
It's close. I'm not gonna say
it?
it's very close. It's close.
Okay.
And Brian can probably go into detail about more of why I've liked it and kind of how he experienced the movie with me. But this is hands down the best film of 2019.
Was anyone on their phone?
There was barely anyone in there.
No, there was probably about
right.
a third of the seats were filled up.
Yeah.
So, but the movie
didn't
the movie took out is stomping everybody else this weekend, which is good. So, but this film is incredible from start to finish. The performances, I honestly, after watching it, I really believe that it'll get nominated for Best Picture, one of Best Actor, and Mangold will get Best Director. Best Director.
Yeah.
And maybe even a visual, because the film is visually beautiful.
Just looking at the trailer, it looks...
Well, they have to be, because you can't do all these stunts because
Right.
they're driving so fast. You can't do them physically. And the way they were able to make it look so real in the aspect of what was going on.
Well, is it CG?
Most of the driving is CG.
Really?
A lot. They're driving at over 150 miles an hour.
Yeah.
It's a race. It's race cars. You know what I mean?
They did it.
There's a lot of stuff that's real. There is a lot of stuff.
Well,
that's
it would
real.
be stunt.
No,
But
drivers,
you also
yeah.
have to remember that this takes place back in the 60s as well.
Yeah, right.
And they're over in France, and they're doing all this stuff with cars, and so it's hard to do that in real without risking it.
And it's less risky,
especially having someone like Bale in the seat doing it.
No, yeah.
And back then in the 60s, a lot of the cars didn't have roofs. A lot of the race cars were open cabs, and you can't do that to an actor or even a stuntman.
Yeah,
that's high
of
risk,
course,
you know.
Yeah, right.
But this
Can't
movie
we
is
see
just so. I mean, I put it up here for a reason. So.
Yeah, there's literally how I watched it was the movie experience and watching Jake watch the movie because he was literally as entertaining as this movie, because there were points where he was like literally like like getting up, he's sitting in a ball like going like this, like
awesome.
gripping his seat. I was literally just laughing.
To me, it very much felt like, and this is whole credit to Mangold, but he puts you behind the wheel of the car. He physically put you behind the wheel of the car the entire time. And Matt Damon and Christian Bale together are I want them in every movie together. They are so good in this
Christian
film.
Bale was insane.
Knowing who Carroll Shelby is, because I'm a huge car guy. I have been for a very long time. My dad and I we rebuilt my first ever car, which in fact was funny. The car was in display in the film, a '66 Mustang,
Nice.
for 2 years before my 16th birthday. And so I have it in my all-time favorite car is a GT Shelby 500 Mustang, which
nice.
Carroll Shelby designed. It's his baby. And so knowing him, Matt Damon played him perfectly. And then not knowing a lot about Ken Miles, Christian Bale he like overpowered the screen as this guy. Like took over the screen as this guy. And being directed by Mangold. And then Christian Bale's wife in the film was fantastic.
She was awesome.
She was so good.
She
had never seen
held
her before.
her own with those two.
Noah Jupe played the son. He was great.
I'd forgotten. I just heard, I was watching the Christian Harloff's new show, and I didn't realize that John Bernthal was in this. And
John
playing
Bernthal
Lee
was
Iacocca. Which I went, what?
Josh Lucas was awesome as a dickhead executive.
Where's he been?
Played that suit and tie executive that had nothing to do with. He played it great. The overall film was, in the racing aspect, was just amazing. It kept you. The pacing of it was incredible, and how they captured the racing. Like, there's a lot of movies about this type of stuff that capture the outside of stuff and don't really show you like the real, like whether it's a sports movie or racing movie or something. They don't really show you a lot of the sport or the racing. Half of this movie's in the car.
That's awesome.
Half of
that's
the
what I
movie
was
is in
worried
the car.
about. They do that with a lot of these dramas where they focus more on the people and their lives and all that.
You see like amateur races. You see the test driving of the car that they built for the race. You see the final race. Like
Story.
It's incredible. Yeah.
I loved Enzo Ferrari.
Yeah. The guy who played Ferrari is for sure really good.
The story, because like at one point I was like, okay, when are we actually going to see like Ford versus Ferrari? But then like afterwards I was like, okay. And this is for me, like I'm not a car person. I literally went into it not thinking I was going to like this movie at all. I was pretty entertained by it. it was for me. It was really good. It was
That's
really,
awesome.
really
That's great to hear that because I knew Jake was gonna love it. This movie was made for you.
Yeah, right.
Brian, I wasn't sure how he was gonna feel about it.
To be honest, I was just going to see the movie because.